Hey everyone, today I'm just answering a quick question. I didn't think I needed an in-depth video for this, and it basically is, do you need a backup DSLR, or just a camera in general, even if you're a hobbyist or a professional? Let's get into that. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I have and why I kind of came up with this. One of the first cameras I ever had, and I really owned, this was a couple years ago, I only owned one at a time. I never had a backup or anything more until recently. So what did I start out with? I started off with a D3000, basic stuff. You advance your gear. I sold the 3000, moved up to the 3100, still didn't have a backup. Mind you, I was still a hobbyist then. But then as I was moving more towards maybe a D7000, I was starting to shoot like assist and do some little shoots and everything like that with professionals. So then I moved up to the D7000, which then was like amazing. Video camera, stills, yeah, still no backup. It got down to I shot 2 weddings with this, and I'm like, should I get a backup? If something goes down, I'm done. I have no backup whatsoever. And then I'd screw the wedding party because I can't run out and just go buy a new camera. First of all, it's expensive, and second of all, I'm supposed to be doing a job, and I'm not doing it well if I didn't have a backup. So I learned from someone else's hard way when their camera died and they didn't have a backup. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go do something, but not right yet because I didn't have the money. So I didn't shoot for a couple months until I made the jump to a full frame camera, which is I shoot with the D700 right now, which means I actually kept my D7000 as well. And if you've seen some of my videos, this is what mainly shoots my videos for me, and that's kind of really all it does for me right now is shoot my high def videos. I get some video work with it as well. So that's how I got to this point. I needed something with higher ISO, so it was an excuse to work a couple jobs, buy a full frame camera. This does not have video, mind you, like the D600 and the D800 do, kind of in the same range. This doesn't have video or anything. So now I'm versatile. I have a backup system. So first question you should ask yourself, should you? Well, yeah, I highly advise using a backup system. If you're a hobbyist, not so much. You're not getting paid to do anything. It's great even backing up. You only need one camera. You don't need, okay, good, that's fine. You're not submitting hundreds of shots. But if you're really doing something important like a wedding or something, you really should have a 2-camera system. So that way, if my full frame camera goes down, I at least have a backup camera, even though it's a DX. So definitely you should have a backup system if you're shooting professional. Hobbyists, if you're trying to get talked into having a backup camera, there's really no point in doing that unless you're going on vacation and there's a certain specific reason that you need to. Should they match? Well, that's a question a lot of people always get into. It's better if they match, don't get me wrong. I wish these matched or something. I wish they were both full frame right now, but yet again, it's not in the budget, so it's not going to happen right now. Now, it's better than having no backup. I mean, the D7000 produces great image quality. It's just not the best in low light situations, hence why you go full frame. It's still something, and I had a thing where my shutter was not firing for some reason with the 700, and I was like, oh, crap. So I gave this to my assistant, and he was messing around with it, and I didn't want to miss anything, so I picked up the 700 right away. I had like a 51.4 on this, while I had like my 28 to 70 at the time on my 700, and I went around and got something until he goes, oh, I just messed with the settings real quick, dumped the footage, and then or dumped the photos, and reformatted the card, and somehow it worked. There was nothing wrong. Then I was able to pull back again with this, and within like 20 minutes. So it's always good to be versed, especially if you're shooting professionally, especially at what you're getting paid for, those kind of events. So if you're shooting professionally, grab a backup system. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yes, it's more money, but it's worth it. And plus, cameras like full frame cameras, even if it's just something, are getting pretty dirt cheap now. You can pick up like a used D7000 at this time in 2013 for like $700 used, even less. 5100s refurbished, even cheaper. So there's always an option for you. Always have a backup. One plan maybe would be by the time you watch this sometime in the near future, I will have both a backup full frame system. Maybe it might be a D600. That'd be interesting to see because I still need video as well. So we shall see. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye, telling you to look into a backup system if you're shooting professionally, but if you're shooting as a hobbyist, there is no point. Don't get talked into doing that. Maybe go with something smaller if you want an extra camera. There's really no point, so don't let someone try to sell you on that for absolutely no reason. So, backup system, yes. Professionally, hobbyist, no. Should they match? That's up to you. Preferably, yes, they're full frame. They would work both well under low light. Nikon, Canon does not matter. So have a good one, and hope this helped.